What's up, everybody? It has been a very long time. I have been extremely busy and I am excited to make a new video, and I'm trying everything out in 4K. So I just got a new memory card. It's got a ton of new space, and I'm very excited to give this 4K thing a shot. So I hope you enjoy the video, and we are headed up to Baxter State Park. I have some really awesome compositions planned for this beautiful mountain. We are headed over to the group campground area that's next to Roaring Brook Campground for the night. We should have some incredible clear skies and great viewing conditions as well. But without further ado, I have to go check in, and we are now in Bangor at the Walmart, just getting our little stuff for the trip. So I'll see you guys when we get there. So we have made it to the Bear Brook Group Campground, and to be honest, I have no idea if I have technically reserved this entire area or if I only have one of the 3 campsites. I have no clue, but I am deciding to stay at just the closest area so I can zip in and zip out without disturbing anybody else if they are going to end up staying at one of the other campsites. So I'm going to start to get set up and get on to adventuring. Well, I guess I'm going to be sleeping in my car because the tent that I brought didn't have the poles in the bag, so oh well. Alright, so what is the goal today? And the purpose of this trip is I have brought an absolutely ridiculous amount of gear. And I've brought all 3 of my cameras, 3 tripods, 2 of my dummy batteries, a ridiculous amount of power banks, and also my double battery grip that I have for one of my cameras. So if you can't tell by now, I'm doing a bunch of time lapses. And also, but potentially based on the field of view, I might do a really nice 50mm mosaic of Katahdin and the Milky Way. So we're just gonna see how everything goes. Really hoping for some moose around sunset or sunrise too. Wow. This is something else. Holy cow. I'm starstruck, quite literally. Oh, okay. Let's check out our favorite Milky Way planning app. Alright, so here we go. Let's go to Night AR. Make sure it's on today's date, first of all. Let's go back. Now, night AR, we're gonna calibrate, find the sun. Okay, so. Alright, what time is it? I think it was like 2 o'clock. Just, wow. Because our core is way over here, so maybe, unless I can get over to that other side of the pond and grab a different angle, but I mean, I just love this time lapse, and I can do a panning time lapse here. Would be really nice. Let's keep checking things out. Another amazing viewpoint. Well, I finally have a plan. Is down here on the big rock, I think I'm gonna leave my tripod here with the power bank and both power banks, and I'm gonna do a panning time lapse. It's gonna probably start about here, and it's gonna pan all night. I'm gonna follow the Milky Way and follow Katahdin until it gets to about here is when twilight starts to sink in, and I'm gonna let it keep going and whatnot, and it'll do its thing. For the northern lights, I think I'm gonna leave my other tripod here on the rock. North is right here. It's actually like right behind here, but off to the side here, you know, there's that nice opening. So off to the northwest, which the oval here in Maine favors west a little bit more anyways. So I might, you know, unfortunately the 14mm doesn't fit everything, because, you know, obviously Mount Katahdin is due west instead. So it is gonna, the sunset's gonna peak on the ledge here about 6 o'clock. So I've pretty much explored this area all to what I can, and I think I might just put on my wildlife lens and see what else I can find around here. So one thing that I think is particularly challenging, at least for this trip, is knowing which camera to use for what. Each camera I have has its own strengths. I really am leaning toward using my new Sony a7 IV for one of the time lapses. However, I'm really liking it for all my stills as well. However, I like, you know, my Canon 6D and my 5D Mark IV for the stills. But if I had to rank them, I would say my Canon 5D Mark IV is probably the worst one I have for Astro. The Canon 6D is the next best, and then the a7 IV is the best all-arounder for photo and for video. And if I want to keep vlogging and doing this video throughout the night, I'm going to need that one to do the 4K video. So I'm just going to use both Canon cameras to do the time lapses, even if they aren't the best options per se. But the other issue is that I have two 14mm lenses which I want to use for the time lapses. And I would also really like to do some full 360-degree shots of the insane night sky here. But obviously that's easiest with the 14mm, which I don't have a third, or a third ultra-wide lens in general. So let me know in the comments what is your favorite Sony E-mount ultra-wide lens. I particularly have my eye on, I mean, just about any lens. Of course, my go-to pick would have to be the Sigma 14 1.4. I mean, who has not heard about how amazing that lens is? But of course, the big drawback is I like to do a lot of hiking, and that thing is super heavy. So then my next option would be the Sony 14mm G Master 1.8, which I know is another phenomenal lens. Now, there's two kind of dark horses, you could say, on the market, which would be the brand new 16mm 1.8.
and by Sony, the G. And then there is the Viltrox 16mm 1.8 as well. I think Laowa has some really ultra wides that are like f2 or 1.8 or something too. But let me know in the comments what you think is your preferred lens, and if you have any experience using either of them. So yeah, but man, this view is just incredible. All right, so this is definitely the most I have ever brought to pretty much anywhere. I brought two bags. One, two, three tripods. Here's the other bag full of all my other camera stuff. I have my two power banks there. One to supply power to the dew heater that I'm going to put on later. And also supplies power to the camera itself. And then also another cable to operate the move shoot move that's going to do the panning time lapse. But it's blue hour. I need to get the foreground shot for this camera. I'm not going to worry about it for this since this is going to pan. And then I want to take a twilight shot of some of the stars and the afterglow of sunset with the mountains. After that, I have to run back to the car and grab the freaking memory card for that because I accidentally left it in the car. So, bummer, but hey, you got to do what you got to do. This is insane. I stopped shooting because there's a moose right here. This is incredible. Well, I'm having another one of those nights where everything just goes wrong no matter how much I prepare. I'm having another one of these nights. I'm gonna go ahead and pop up a little link to a fun video that I did where everything went wrong, but I'm confident in my abilities to where I'm still gonna be able to make everything work. So, but the skies are just phenomenal out here, as I knew they would be. I did some sky quality readings. 21.66, 21.7 is the average, and just unbelievable dark sky quality out here. I got about a 2-hour nap in, so I'm feeling pretty good. I'll probably try to get another 2-hour nap in a little bit later, but I'm gonna try to shoot my foreground panorama. I wasn't able to do it earlier. I kind of tried. There was some moonlight. It was really nice, but the clouds kept blocking the moonlight, and it was very frustrating because the light wasn't evenly distributed between the foreground and each panel. So that was a little annoying. But regardless, now I'm going to do a starlight blend, so this is going to take a while. And my alignment is about like 150, and it's 1250, so I have an hour to take the foreground, so that should be plenty of time. So I don't think I'm gonna focus stack, just because it'll take too long, but you know what, pretty good. And my move shoot move rotator is broken, I guess. So that has been my backup star tracker for quite some time. I guess it's just time. I've used it a lot, and it's not rotating anymore. So my panning time lapse is not panning. So I checked on it, and you know, it didn't move with the Milky Way as it was supposed to. So I just moved it myself, and now I'm just doing a static time lapse. So it is what it is. But hey, let's start this foreground pano and wrap up these shots for the night. Oh, what a night. Beautiful stars. And of course, I forgot to record the actual night sky. I was using the lens I would have done for that, for the time lapse anyways, but yeah, beautiful night. Tons of meteors. It's hard to pick out the constellations. There were so many stars. And it's pretty funny. It's now about 5:30 in the morning. I ran into the moose last night. There was another moose. At least I assume it was a moose. It was across the lake for almost 3 hours. It was just splashing around doing something. But now I'm here and there's nothing. Well, guys, thanks for hanging in there with this ridiculous video, and I hope that you guys enjoy whatever the heck I was able to come up with on this crazy trip. So thank you so much, and thank God for the silver lining of the incredible moose that I encountered when scouting for a future trip that I want to do come spring of next year. But enjoy whatever the heck I come up with.